Hey yo, what is going on guys, Cash and Clean here, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a basic power rank guide for you guys. And just from the last video I talked about how to get from mastery level 0 to 20, so this is kind of like an additional part to this video, to that video I guess. It was like a power rank section. And this will help you get to about 15k power rank. And before I get in depth in any of these things, I do want to mention that I did make an ultimate trove tutorial guide. I'll link that down in the description down below so you guys can check that out. It's like a basic guide on how to get started with each thing, like dragons, gems, and everything and whatnot. So I will just take a portion from that video and put it in here just so you can get an idea of how you can get to about 15k power rank just from the quest lines alone. So the video that I'm about to show is just from the quest lines, so you guys can check that out. Alrighty, so this is going to be the first part of the tutorial and it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So all you're going to do for this is follow your quest line, because if you follow your quest line, you're basically going to get to about 15k power rank, somewhere around there, and you'll have a basic understanding of how the game works. If you open up this menu, it's V on my keyboard, go over to adventures and go over to expertise. Now, do not do this one, the one that I have right now. I have it shown right now. Don't do this one, do this one very last. Do all your other ones, and you're gonna have a couple different ones. So you're gonna have something like this or this, claiming a cornerstone. Also, just a quick note, you might have done some of these on accident, or you might have just already started these, so the order of these might be different for some of you guys, so keep that in mind. They're pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do, so you can just do those, get those out of the way. Once you hit level 10, this is where the actual quest begins. So I'm level 10, this is the quest line, and basically the idea of this is that if you complete all the quests for this. Another quick side note, the one that's telling me to go find gem boxes, that is the one that will give you stellar gems, and eventually it'll tell you to go to air world and then fire world and so on and so forth. Down the line, it'll give you gem dust, it'll give you gems like a stellar gem, which is the best tier gem that you can get. Do the quest lines, you'll basically get a water gem, then I think it'll give you an empower gem. The only issue with the empower gems is that it doesn't give you the high, like it gives you stellar, which is good. Sometimes it will give you a radiant, I think, and then there's also 2-star empower gems. Don't go past level 15 with those. If you ever level them up, just wait until you get better gems, because the ones the game gives you isn't really the best, especially the first one. Like the power rank it's not going to be the best, but it's the highest tier though, stellar. So as you're doing your quest lines, you're going to be given rewards, so make sure you hit L and claim them so you can actually continue with them and advance forward with them. So like I said, do all your quest lines, come to this one last because this is going to confuse you. This is Geode stuff. It's kind of like playing another game, and it's kind of confusing if you're like brand new to the game. So just do your other ones and you'll be good to go. Hey, welcome back. Hopefully that tutorial helped you out a little bit. But yeah, following your quest lines is important. A lot of people just don't do that and they skip it and they just leave it up there. Kind of like what I'm doing with this one right over here. Complete an adventure. I don't really need the 3 empowered gem boxes, but realistically, like I kind of just left it there. So if you guys have something there, just complete it. It's not the end of the world, just something to do at least. But the one in particular from the video that you watched was the expertise questline. That one will, you know, obviously just give you stuff to carry on, like gems and whatnot. And gems are a major source of your power rank. And as you can see, nearly 25,000 of my power rank is just from the gems alone. And if we just hover around right here, you can see where I'm getting my power rank from. So you can get some from dragons, you can get some from mastery, my equipment, my subclass, and stuff like that. So another big source of my power rank is coming from my gear, and I have crystal 4 gear apart from my weapon. My weapon is missing about close to 100 power rank, and in order to get these high leveled crystal gear, I can show you real quick. So you can either get crystal 3 over here in Uber 10, but this isn't really recommended. The main way of getting your crystal gear right now is in delve. So if you have something like this, if you have a depth stepper like what I have here, so what I can do basically is I can hit E on this and choose what depth I want to go to. So what I usually do is I enter 114, hit enter, just so it's, you know, selected at 114. And then from here, I just go into the depth. Every 3rd floor, there's a shadowy vault. I use my key that you can see down here, and I just hope that I can get, you know, a crystal 4 or crystal 3. But let's just say you're still new to the game, you can't really solo this, and you can't find a group. This isn't really going to be your best way of getting your gear. So if you're not able to find a carry, or if you just can't find a group in general to do these delves and try to get yourself crystal gear, then I would just stick with what you have and just wait. And then maybe down the line someone can help you, or just maybe down the line you'll get stronger and you'll be able to solo these depths. The reason why I'm putting 114 is because past the depths of 115, that's when you can start getting crystal 4 gear, and just really any crystal gear in general. So like if I were to start this delve in particular, my shadowy vault would appear at 116, and then from there it'd be 119, and then so on and so forth. And I would see if I can get lucky, and those are all past 115, so I'd have a chance of getting crystal 4. And if you do catch my Trove streams, I do delves runs sometimes, and I usually farm past those depths as well. So if you guys want to, check out my Twitch, join my Discord server, and maybe if you get the announcement for it, you can hop in and maybe catch me streaming some Trove so you can get a carry. But if not, then I would just wait. That's my recommendation, because there's not really much you can do about that if you can't solo it. Apart from that, we got the ring. You could easily just buy yourself a crystal 5 ring from the trade chat. So if you do /join and then trade, hit enter, you can join trade chat and say something like want to buy stellar 5 ring, and then you can just say what stats you want. Usually they used to be kind of expensive when I was first starting out Trove. Now they're like a little bit cheaper. So if you have some flux to spend, you can get yourself a crystal, not a crystal, no, we're not there yet, stellar 5 ring, and they don't really give you a whole lot of power rank, and it won't like majorly affect your gameplay in terms of damage, but it is nice to have because, you know, something to get over with. Gets you some power rank as well, nearly 1,000. But also note that if you're below 500 Trove mastery ranks, you'll be getting +4 power rank each time you level up, and then once you're past 500 Trove mastery, you'll just be getting 1 power rank each time. But note that mastery does help you out in general too. But yeah, farming power rank in general is kind of a weird thing, because it's like you're stepping aside from farming mastery stuff like dragons and like flux and other stuff, and you're focusing on like a completely different thing. So it's something you don't necessarily have to rush. I get asked this a lot. Like people usually come up and say like, oh, I'm a gunslinger with 25k power rank at, I don't know, level 20 or something like that. Stuff like that really doesn't matter. Like I can just go over to my candy bar real quick. And now imagine me asking you guys that. I have a level 30 candy bar at 35k power rank. Is that good? And you can clearly see down here I have 27 million HP. You can kind of see where I'm going at here. Power rank doesn't really mean anything at all. So the main things you want to be focusing on is just your damage type, you know, your crit hit. Make sure it's not what I have right now. Just make sure it's 100 or close to it. And then, you know, crit damage, and then this is a physical damage character, so you'd want to go with physical damage. But this is literally a max health build, so do not copy what I have here. I'm not even maxed out on my HP. And then lastly, I do want to talk about the banner that I have here. So I have it hidden, so you can't really see it, but my character has a torch. I have it hidden, so you can't see it. But basically the idea of this is you go to Uber 8, 9, or 10, and there's a Leviathan. And if you're really lucky, I'd highly recommend, you know, doing Leviathans at Uber 10, unless you need the mastery stuff from Uber 9 or Uber 8. But either way, go to Uber 10, open the box once you're, you know, yeah, there's a light requirement for each Leviathan. So if you meet it, good, and you can hopefully have a nice group to help you defeat it. And if you have one of these keys over here, a Leviathan key, you can open the box at the end, and if you're lucky, you can get a permatorch. And in my other videos, I've talked about how to upgrade it, but basically just go to the crafting bench when you spawn in Uber 8, 9, or 10, and there's a place to upgrade it there. But pretty much, this is another source of power rank. It doesn't give you a whole lot, but it's just some nice stats to have, I guess. Like this one gives you 900 light, which is nice because you need light for delves. You also need light for Geode topside, so light is a good thing to have. But yeah, this is just going to be a basic power rank guide. If you want a more advanced one, let me know in the comments down below, and I could probably make another video like that. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. And if you want to see anything Trove related, drop something down in the comments down below, and you could be responsible for the next video. And on that note, subscribe if you are new, drop a like, and I will see you guys in the next video.